welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the astrological sign of Taurus. So I said I was going to do Pisces next, which was a lie. That's not in order. First, we're going to start with Aries, then I'm going to do Taurus, then Gemini. So let's just do a general synopsis of Taurus today. So with Taurus, what we have is obviously the symbol of the bull. Very aggressive sign from April 20th to May 21st. Of course, there is bridge-betweens where horoscopes do interconnect, especially when the first few days of each horoscope, it could have some traits of the prior as well. So I'd argue that in between April 20th and April, I'd say about 22nd to 23rd, there will be some sort of distinct signs of also Aries within that type of Taurus. Also, the numerological signs that they have will obviously play a big impact as well, but that's for another discussion altogether. So in regards to Taurus now, we have the dates, we have the symbol. These types of people are very, very stubborn. This is a fixed sign, meaning the cardinal signs are what starts the season, the fixed signs the middle, hence meaning it's a very grounding sort of sign. It's an earth sign as well, so this means that Taurus, once they do have an idea, they will not let go of that idea, which could be a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because if you have a great idea and you're an entrepreneur, you want to definitely implement your idea into reality. And oftentimes that does take you having to be stubborn. Also, though, it can also be a bad thing if you're not open-minded, meaning if you're not open to new concepts, new ideas, new ways of getting things done. That can lead to a certain level of conservatism where you end up just not getting anything done at all, just because you're stuck in your old ways. So obviously this leads to doing things based on the individual. It's about appropriateness. A lot of Taurus people that I know, they do have a high level of energy. They do have that bull-like energy, that aggression towards life. That also has a lot to do with the fact that they are represented by Venus as a planetary influence. So when you do have Venus there as the main planetary influence, you're going to have a love of life, beauty, just really appreciating the physical senses a lot. A lot of people with Venus as a major planetary influence, even in numerology, end up having good luck. They're highly attractive. They like material possessions, luxury, family. So it's all about the physical realm for them, and Taurus is much the same. They're very, very loyal people in relationships that could even lead to their detriment, just because they do end up sometimes becoming over devoted to somebody who may not be as devoted to them. So you have to also watch out for that. There's going to be different decans as well. I know Taurus quite well in regards to, just because I have a lot of friends that are Taurus, I do know the different types. That's definitely going to be in a separate video once I'm done the horoscope, just the zodiac signs general summaries. I'm going to then go into like more detail in regards to what's what in regards to decans and how they differentiate. So with the Taurus though, guys, the lucky color is what I'm wearing is red. It is the bull there. So you do have a lot of power within the Taurus. Like I said, stubbornness, being a little bit rigid, but also very, very loving people. Like I said, very devoted in relationships and to family members as well. In regards to careers, I'd recommend entrepreneurship primarily for almost all Taurus. The reason being is because you guys are an earth sign, meaning you're very, very grounded in reality. So you can understand the difference between a good idea and a bad idea quite quickly in comparison to somebody who might be, no offense, like a water sign, who might be a little bit very imaginative, which can lead to good things, but could also lead to having false ideas, like ideas that may be a little up in the air. All right, so earth signs, I notice they don't tend to change very often. They can very much stay the same for their whole lifetime, and because of that, they can also use that same skill, that same trait, and actually implement a great idea. Also, though, you guys do like to push the rules on people, so law enforcement's great. Military work would be also great for you. And anywhere that you can really be in like a management position. You guys are great for high stress situations. You guys are the grounding energy in our society. So I'd recommend anything that you can even use, even like therapy, just because you guys are able to keep people calm. When they're in the air, their mind would be going crazy. You're able to actually look at a situation and say, yeah, this is how it is, but it can be fixed because of X, Y, Z. So because of that, you just got to see what kind of Taurus traits you have, come to me, tell me what your numerological chart is looking like, meaning like your life path, your name, your birth number. If you don't know those things, talk to me. I'll help you out with that as well. But when you have these things placed out, it's easier for you to actually look at your life and then say, okay, here's the natural traits that I was given from the universe, and here's what I plan on doing with it. You know what I mean? Like, versus if you are just trying to find a passion out of nowhere. This is like a map to finding your sacred purpose. If you find that sacred purpose, you're then able to actually dig deep and actually have a meaningful life where you wake up and your world is different, where you're able to actually look at things from a very complex angle, maybe an angle that you haven't looked at it from before. All right. So those are like my suggestions for people that are under the Taurus influence. I want to also go over for the last part of this video just why numerology and astrology do make sense. It's shown in quantum physics that everything is just matter and energy. Because of that, we actually do have all the minerals, everything that's outside of us in the universe, everything the universe is made out of is actually within our bodies as well. Meaning if we're born from a certain star alignment, it's actually proven that we can feel different planets' influence because of that. We do have bits of Venus, Mercury, Saturn, Pluto, all of it is within us. The dust, the particles that make up the universe is actually within us as well. That's why quantum reality is that there is no real reality. Reality in itself is non-existence. So this is a very contradictory finding, but however, this is actually what makes astrology and numerology real. There's science behind it. It's not simple as, oh, we're just saying the stars align today and that's why you have these traits. It's no. You actually have these traits based upon the fact that you have the same material that those planets are made out of, and you are aligned with them when you were born, hence giving you certain traits and making you able to do certain things, and also gives you shortcomings as well. Because with both astrology and numerology, there is no good and bad. There's just simply what is. So when you understand that like your idea of a shortcoming doesn't matter to the universe. There is no shortcoming. There's just what is. And life is always like that. If you can look at life as a spiritual entity versus looking at it from a physical entity, you understand that you are a spirit having a physical experience. And this physical experience is obtained through different alignments. It's a cheat code. So you can use your astrological knowledge and your numerology knowledge to actually be in God mode through life, or goddess mode if you're a female. And you can use these things to your advantage because you're going to know that, hey, maybe I'm prone to addictions, or hey, maybe I'm prone to having a bad anger issue, or my life path dictates XYZ because of whatever. You then can actually look at things and understand them and see the codes and see the signs through things. When you're able to do that, then you're able to appreciate life even more. Hence, you're going to have a more positive experience. When you have a better positive outlook, that's going to lead you to a lot better results. All right, guys, so I just wanted to conclude with that so you understand why we're going through astrology as well and how it does tie into numerology. All of these things are tied together, and they actually do show us that the universe is trying to communicate with us, and it does this through its star alignments, and it does this through numbers as well. And that's why the people that even made math had to agree on that point. The people that made science and religion all agree on the point that the universe does communicate to us. It's just up to us to interpret it in the proper way. All right, guys, so thank you guys very much for listening today. That would be it for Taurus. I'll come back tomorrow with Gemini for sure. I just want to get over these general summaries and get us into some important stuff so you guys can actually start seeing how these things interconnect and how they're going to be able to affect you and most of all benefit you. So thank you guys very much for the time once again. Please leave any comments for me if you have any questions. Aside from that, like, subscribe, holla at me. That's it, guys. Thank you.